I think you have to take, it's much like a foul situation on the defensive side. You're looking for that first good open look, but in a quick time.
Yeah.
If it's not there, you maybe, I'd say if they don't get it within the first 5 seconds, you've got to think about three.
I think you look for good open penetrating shot. If they spread out and play the three-point shooters, you're going to get a pretty clear path to basket, possibly get fouled. I think you give yourself about 8 or 10 seconds there. If you don't get it and have to circle it back out and you're under 20, he may call another timeout, and then they're a little more prone to play for the three-pointer.
78-75.
What a ball game.
Trying to think back, games this year we've had that have been interesting to that regard. I'm trying to think. J-Town John had an interesting game where actually J-Town
Price makes something late to win that one, right?
Then you think back to the Central John game up at Bulldog Gymnasium.
Andrew Kinney makes a basket at the end. We had the girls game, the bang-bang play right at the end where Central upset North down here. Had 2 or 3 right there at the wire games, but we've done 30-some games this season. This is probably the most exciting overall ball game we've had this season.
LaRue County basketball with 32.9 remaining. The possession arrow is in their favor. LaRue and John both have one timeout and a foul right away on Harness. I think they got Harness with a grabbing Sharon.
And Sharon really sold that coming through there. Came through there.
A
lot of action on it. I think Harness had a little bit of him, but I think he wanted to make sure it caught the attention of the official.
Harness will foul out of the ball game with 32.9 remaining in overtime.
Hey, make them both. John's still going to have a 1-point lead. You'd hate to see Harness go to the bench if you're John Hardin, but if you can rebound the basketball off either miss, or if he makes them both and you can get the ball inbounds, you're still going to have the lead.
Sharon 3 of 4 in this overtime from the line, has 30 points in the ball game. Not sure if this is career territory for him. 31.
I think postseason, it's probably right there at it.
78-76.
Little bigger stage than a middle of January, middle of December game.
Second free throw is no good. Green had it knocked out of his hands, and it'll go to John Hardin with 31.2 remaining.
Nothing wrong with that for John Hardin, that it went out of bounds rather than Green getting fouled. It gives him a chance to inbounds it maybe to a better free throw shooter.
Williams and is fouled instantly, and that is the strategy for LaRue County. They're going to make this 30 seconds just under the longest of the year.
Well, it started that just inside a minute, Lee, so we've already stretched the first half minute of the last minute out. We're going to stretch the last half minute as long as we can. They want to elongate it and get a lot of possessions.
And Sharon just picked up his 4th foul.
Yeah, half the world has 4 fouls now, Lee. Williams at the line.
Can push it back to a 2-possession game. First free throw is good. Keon Williams with 20 in this one.
You know, we've been playing long enough. I may have 4 fouls. I think everybody on the floor is prone to turn around and look at the whistle because there's a chance that you're out of the game.
Another free throw upcoming. Williams gets the roll.
Got a nice roll. 4-point lead, 2 possessions, half minute. Again, you take the first open look if you're LaRue County because you need the ball twice.
25 seconds. Meredith gets the ball to Sharon. He'll fire up a three-pointer front of the rim and will go to the line for 3. And that one almost had the jagged edge of disaster because that would have been made 3 plus 1.
Yep. Left it short as he fell away and drew the contact. Even with all 3 free throws again, though, John Hardin's built up a 4-point lead.
And again, Sharon, first free throw, good.
You got to think this is a career night for him, and if not, definitely a career night in his postseason career.
80-77, missed the free throw.
Still a 1-possession game, regardless of what he does on the next one. They're going to foul quick again. They're going to go for the immediate steal. They haven't done anything else except take a quick foul.
And again, them simply telling John Hardin, we don't think you can beat us from the free throw line. The made free throw.
I tried to run something to inbound it to Williams. He made those last 2. His confidence is right there. He's a pretty decent free throw shooter.
Tyler Howell into the ball game for LaRue County. They'll get the ball to Williams. Williams pressured and a foul right away.
You see him hold the ball. Williams wanted to get fouled right there. He stepped up big last time at the line. He didn't mind taking that and walking up to the line again.
Cody Key, the latest to foul out of the ball game.
Yeah, not surprising here as we get whistles here the last half minute of the ball game. Somebody's fouling out on almost all those calls.
Key leads with 4 points in the ball game, and Keon Williams will head to the stripe. Knocked down the 2 free throws a moment ago.
Bardstown and Marion County waiting around. They were ready to get on the floor about 20 minutes ago. They're in the end zones down here kind of watching this one in overtime.
And you have to think to some level they're probably salivating knowing these two teams have pushed themselves to the limit.
Knowing they're coming right back tomorrow night, less than 24 hours away. And this has been a draining ball game energy-wise for whoever wins it.
Williams hits the free throw.
I like his confidence. Last time 2 for 2. Steps up, makes the first one this trip. Chance to get it back to a 4-point game. Clock starting to be in John Hardin's favor, down to 17 seconds. If he makes this one, LaRue still needs the ball twice.
Makes it.
Williams huge from the line here, 4 for 4 late.
23 points, 82-78. 15 seconds left to go. LaRue can't be picky. They got to think about 3. Meredith, a fall-away 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Brandon Price for John Hardin.
They got catching.
And they finally do with about 3.2 remaining.
Well, they caught him right late. He dribbled 6 or 7 seconds off the clock. Looks like John's going to escape.
Kyle Meredith with his 4th.
Well, it's a great ball game by 2 solid squads, Lee. They've left everything on the floor here tonight through 4.5 quarters.
Brandon Price with 8 steps to the line. Price with 19 in this ball game. I believe Meredith has fouled out of the ball game with 3.2. Meredith finishes the night with 18 points. And Brandon Price to the line. This makes one of the two. It's all but over.
Well, Coach Wells has got to tell him, don't touch anybody shooting a long shot.
Makes
there
the free throw,
it is, 5-point game. Yeah, don't touch anybody. That's pretty easy coaching right there. I can echo that one. Do not touch anybody.
And a timeout's going to be taken by Paul Childress.
LaRue County's got nothing to hang their head about. John Hardin's going to get the win. 3.2 left, up 5, a free throw left to come. LaRue County's played a heck of a ball game. Both squads have played great ball games here tonight in the semifinals.
Credit LaRue County for taking the game. Remember, they built up that double-digit lead. John kept running at them and running at them. LaRue seemed to have an answer the entire night until the end when Brandon Price knocked down a shot, tied the game, had a chance to win it at the end of regulation.
John Hardin down 1 4 or 5 times. Finally gets even with a couple seconds to go on Price's make. Misses the free throw, so we go to overtime. John Hardin actually ran out to a 6-point lead. LaRue had that back down to 1.
But John Hardin has made just enough free throws down the stretch. And you said it. You thought if John could get to the front, they could keep LaRue at bay, and they have done that.
I thought if they ever got the lead, they'd win the ball game.
And that will be the case. They'll run a takeoff play for Sharon.
Do not breathe on him, boys.
A three-pointer is an air ball, and that will do it. John Hardin has advanced to the championship game as they have defeated LaRue County in overtime, 84-78. We had 3 lead changes early on in this one. John's first lead at 2-0, then 4-3. LaRue with a three-pointer made it 4-6. They never trailed until they went to overtime, led by as many as 14 early in the second quarter at 27-13. Kept the lead throughout much of the game until Brandon Price nails a jumper with 5.9 seconds remaining to tie it, send it to overtime. And in the extra frame, John Hardin able to push it out and pick up the victory. We're going to have the presentation of the all-tournament team selections from LaRue County very quickly. Final scoring in this ball game, first for John Hardin. It is Keon Williams finishing the night with 27 points. Davon Green with 24. 19 to Brandon Price. 9 points to Jeremy Harness. 5 points to Irvin Montgomery. For LaRue County, Kyle Sharon, 33 points. We'll wait until...
This is going to be Sharon and Ford. It's my thought.
Kyle Sharon with 33. Kyle Meredith, 18. Kelton Ford, 12. 7 of the ball game to Jonathan Perquin. Kyle Sharon, an all-tournament selection. Not a surprise there after this game tonight. Kelton Ford, the other all-tournament selection. Finishing out the scoring for LaRue County, 4 points in the ball game to Cody Key and 2 points to Gabe Shirley. 84-78. A John Hardin victory. And what can you say about this ball game?
Just a super ball game, Lee. Most excitement we've seen in quite a while. We've had several ball games in the postseason with a big spread on them. We've been looking for exciting ball games. Had a couple that were pretty close, but going to overtime and switching the lead late, this is just about as exciting as it gets. John Hardin, a quick turnaround, Lee. 23 hours. You played in overtime right here. Get your legs back under, get those guys home, let them rest, because the finals will be here before you know it.
And John Hardin will face either Bardstown or Marion County in the championship game on Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock, and we will have that game for you on Channel 1 at HCEC TV. Thanks to the sponsors making possible coverage of this ball game: Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, E-Town Exterminating, Bluegrass Cellular, eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction, and by West Point Bank. For Hugh O'Brien and the rest of our HCEC TV crew, Lee Bramlett saying so long from Central Hardin High School.
New job, new place, new roommates, same storage problems. With Bluegrass Cellular, I'm set up to collect all the awesomest apps on my new tablet. That makes me happy.
Awesomest apps. That's Bluephoria. That's Bluegrass.
If it's not the hottest new phone, it's garbage. Bluegrass Cellular has all the cool new styles, so I can pick a phone that's totally fab. And that makes me happy.
Fab phones. That's Bluephoria. That's Bluegrass.
I need to stay connected where I live, work, and play. With Bluegrass Cellular, I get crazy reliable coverage nationwide, and that makes me happy.
Crazy reliable coverage nationwide. That's Bluephoria. That's Bluegrass.